Good morning, VIPs. How you doing? Pre-market prep. Got a few things to cover here, and it's going to be an important one because got to cover a few things. But I think we'll do a 4 p.m. anyway today, so that'll cover last-minute things before tomorrow. Anyway, SPY QQQ bouncing off the 200-week moving average here. The question is how high it goes. Honestly, I have no idea how high this goes. We're at resistance right now. You can see this resistance level from end of day last Wednesday right there on SPY. On QQQ, it didn't even reach it. It's below it right there. So we're at resistance. Is a possible punch through it and take this bear market rally to the 20 DMA or even perhaps beyond. That is possible. Personally, I don't know. I'm not going to presume yet that we break below the 200-week moving average. You all know my thesis, but I think the chances that we retest it are very high. And I do think the chances we go below it are high, but I'm not going to take action, drastic action, unless we actually break below it, because there's going to be extended opportunity, I think, for possibly quarters to take corrective action or short whatever we want to do if we do break the 200-week moving average. So I don't feel the need to be a hero. What I will do here, because my bias is that this is a bear market rally, I'm just going to be selling pops on higher risk stuff that I'm trading. So that's my strategy right now. As I said yesterday on the show, I got rid of my hedge early yesterday morning when I saw that I was wrong, that we didn't get continuation on that seeming break of the 200-week moving average, which I don't know whose charts were wrong, but on retrospect, when I pulled it up on Monday, it didn't even look like it broke. It looked like it bounced right off of it. So that was a little bit of a miss by me end of day Friday, but I was able to reverse that early Monday morning. All right, so TLT important to look at because this is the yields. If TLT goes up, that means yields are going down, which is good for stock, good for growth assets. So something to watch. By the way, RK has been killing it. Look, did not hit a new low as markets hit new lows. Man, I am really thinking on the next move down to start accumulating RK for the long term, but we'll see how that plays out. All right, we got a bunch of specific catalysts. Oh, first I want to mention oil is continuing its move up, USO, and that's causing a positive move in uranium. As you can see, all those uranium plays, and also BTU call. We'll get to call in a second. I don't know why UNG is down, why we're seeing divergence between oil and natural gas. Maybe someone has an answer to that. And maybe it's the time to buy natural gas right at the 200-day moving average. A little break below, but it did that before too in early July. Okay, uranium, great. I have a ton of uranium stocks. Gold, man, I'm just looking at this and kicking myself because I saw something to bring it up late last week that time to look at gold again. I didn't act on it, so now I'm just watching it run away from me. We'll see, man. Geopolitical situation really bad, and then the other thing, there's two things. It's geopolitical situation, but is something systemically going to break in the financial system, right? We had that scare with Credit Suisse. Is that going to come up again? Are there going to be additional bond blow-ups or something, related to pension funds that could break some financial institution? If you see that, I think you're going to see gold go crazy, and I think that's why it's up. A combination of that fear plus the geopolitics, I think, is why gold is heading up. Also, with bond yields higher, that helps gold. But in any case, let's go to some specific catalysts here for companies. COMM, Chris Tarber brought this to us. This is that Clearfield peer. They had an upgrade this morning with a $17 price target increase. Wow. Credit Suisse from 11 to 17. That's a big price target increase. We're going to try to have Chris on soon to talk not only about this price target increase from 10 to 17, but why Clearfield had this big move last week, what this big move was about, and what it could mean for both Clearfield and COMM going forward. Another one we had some news on this morning, VTSI, information on this Florida facility that they've opened, a very large facility. Lots of interesting talk there. It looks like a grown-up company, that press release. Very interesting. Yesterday, the stock did really well on very low volume, though. You can see that big open green candle, very low volume. 20 DMA at like 6. Tough to trade this, definitely in size because of the low liquidity and low volume. I'm just holding this. I like this. Good company. Nice catalyst out this morning. HYRE, I'm not currently in it. They had a catalyst out this morning that relationship they have with Ameridrive, they started purchasing new cars for hire for their drivers. So that relationship has begun. We're watching that. I know Niraj is a big proponent of HYRE, so look for his commentary in that room. QUIK had some news that doesn't appear to be material. Just throwing it up there if you want to look at it. At least not some sort of technology partnership. So you can take a look at QUIK, and let's talk about the chart. We haven't seen this in a while. A quick bounce off the 200 DMA, not a clean bounce, but that's okay. 630, you can see overhead resistance at about 655. That's 20 DMA, and big gap here between the 20 and 50. Maybe if the SOX index gets going and semiconductors get going, QUIK can break that level. We'll have to see. TGB, this one introduced to me. Well, I've heard about it from the room, from our community a couple months ago, but that was just in the chat rooms. I think it was Matt and Chris on our weekly meetup, our Wednesday collaborative session last week, that they were talking about TGB in more detail, and they convinced me to buy it last week. That was last Wednesday. I guess I bought it Thursday morning, or no, I even bought it in after hours Wednesday. Yeah, I did. If you guys remember that. I forgot the price, but obviously I'm up on it. So that was cool. TGB has some news this morning. Tesco Mines provides Florence copper permitting update. I don't know the impact or importance of this, so maybe Matt or Chris or someone will chime in and talk about the importance of that. But copper plays were rallying hard earlier this week, so this is going along with that. Rockley, okay, so interesting technology. I've been watching this. 75-cent pre-market bid. They did an offering last night, additional financing, okay? And the CEO participated, right? So they got $10 million financing from the convertible secured notes. Now, this stuff is complicated. You'd have to look at the details. I don't know what this is going to mean for the share count or warrants or overhead resistance from, different strategies these investors take. Sometimes they short the stock in the open market and they participate in the offerings. I don't know. There may be some crazy stuff like that's going on, but it is notable that on top of that 10 million, the chairman and CEO put in $500,000. So could that be a catalyst? I'd like to, do they have enough money, first of all, to go reach them to a good next step? Maybe cash flow break even. I don't know. But this has been beaten down, really cool technology, and I don't own it yet, but I'm just bringing this catalyst up in case someone wants to look into it deeper, and perhaps it'll be the time for it. FAZE, I don't own this, but I'm intrigued by what they do, intrigued by their business, and it's a new 52-week low. They did a offering last night, although, see, the offering was announced a few days ago, so I'm not sure why it went down again when the offering was confirmed. Maybe the details in here, maybe the terms were worse than expected or something like that. But now down at $6, and let's see, at $6, we're probably talking about less than a $500 million market cap. If someone's interested in this, let me know. Let's start collaborating. I think I'm interested in this at the right price, depending on what the research shows. Okay. Pet, I went in for just a real quick trade just on technicals. This looks like it may be curving, like a nice curve bottom. RSI oversold, starting to curve up. MACD maybe wants to go green eventually here, and it was so thin. I mean, it was up like 20% on like 20,000 shares yesterday. So I took a small position, small trading position. That's a recent D-SPAC that has just gotten killed. So PET. And who knows, maybe there's an opportunity there fundamentally longer term. But right now, I'm in it just for a trade. So if you're interested in PET, look at it. Let us know what you find. All right, for our Wolf Financial Spaces trade of the week, I chose two stocks, DRIO and BTU. Okay, DRIO, 12 p.m. today. We have Chris Tuttle coming on our show, a real seasoned professional investor in our community who's done some great research on DRIO and met with management. He'll be doing a VIP only, not going to be posted to social media or anything like that. Zoom today at 12 p.m. Eastern to tell us of his findings. I'm intrigued to see what he learned, because he's talking about that this stock should be at least 2 to 3 times higher than where it is at a minimum. So I was so happy to see him on board. He's a professional fundamental analyst, and to see validation from a pure fundamental analyst like that just is great for the way I story trade and look at all the other factors. That makes me feel real confident. So I can't wait to hear Chris today at 12 p.m. on DRIO. Tune in for that. The other trade of the week pick I chose for Wolf Financial Spaces was BTU. And BTU, it looks like, I hope, well, see, USO keep going up. The question is this only going up because USO is going up, oil is going up, or is Matt's thesis correct from our community that this is going up because Europe's going to have to do more coal imports because of the gas line that was disrupted in Europe from Russia to Germany? So we'll have to see about that. So that's my second pick. By the way, the panel last night, love this pick. Traders, really expert, good traders on the Wolf Financial panel last night. What's going on with all my internet there? But BTU, they really like the money flow, the options flow, Elliott wave analysis, lots of good things. And someone in the room last night posted a link to Twitter saying that BTU is basically trading for free because they expect the entire market cap to be given back in dividends over the next 12 months. So that'll be interesting. So BTU, very interesting potential play here. I own it. I'm not sure if I added more yesterday, but I'm watching it. I think I'm interested in adding more at the right prices. GOEV, I tipped my toe in finally. I've been talking about it for a couple days, and I was wavering because it's just been straight down. So I'm like, I want confirmation first. I want like a bounce first. I want a catalyst. I didn't get it, but there are two people in our community who, have a good knack for trading who said, hey, we're stepping in here yesterday after I brought it up to them over the last few days. So I got a little bit of FOMO, and I'm like, all right, I got to join you guys. I can't be the only one in the community and not in GOEV. So I picked up a little bit, starter position, GOEV, and we'll see what happens here. You can see maybe it bounces off this previous low, but I mean, they are losing so much money. They're going to have to raise money. That's my fear with this company, but they have that. Look at this. They have that partnership with Walmart. So hope is another good catalyst coming from Walmart. Maybe they'll invest more money into the company, something like that. That's the story there. Intel continuation, man, gotten a lot of good feedback and good commentary on Intel at these prices as a potential long-term hold. We had the catalyst yesterday in Mobileye IPO or Mobileye spinoff details. RUM, RUM up 28 cents. Look at the volume, 30,000. Okay, it's interesting because I have not seen. Excuse, I got my kid back here today, so apologize for those distractions. But RUM, I believe that Elon Musk will be on Rumble tomorrow on the Russell Brand show. Now, I can't watch the Russell Brand show every day, but last Wednesday on his first show, he said, I'm pretty sure he said next Wednesday, I'm going to have Elon Musk here, and that's an exclusive Rumble show. So that is a huge, huge catalyst, and I have not seen much about it. I don't think Rumble's tweeted about it. I don't know what's going on. Am I wrong about that info? Did I mishear it? I don't think I misheard. Is it still on? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't listen to the Russell Brand show every day to hear for updates, but I think the chances are good that that show is still on tomorrow and that we could see an event anticipation run starting in Rumble today. So that's something to look out for. All right. Air has earnings. GLNG was just the other play on the natural gas pipeline from Russia. Air has earnings Thursday, tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday, 5 p.m. is a conference call. So what we're going to do is, because I can't be here tomorrow, we're going to do our collaborative session that we usually do Wednesdays after the close. We're going to do it Thursday after the close. So Thursday, well, we do it 4:30, but maybe we'll do it 4 tomorrow. So Thursday, tomorrow, we'll hop on Zoom at 4 p.m. to do a collaborative session, look at Air earnings, and then maybe we'll listen to the conference call together at 5 p.m. And then Friday morning, exclusive for VIPs, we're interviewing Gain Erickson at, I think, 11 a.m. So big week for Air coming up, and the stock is going to hold up until earnings at least. And then maybe, let's see, Thursday. So Thursday morning, we'll talk about, possible scenarios of what the stock can do leading up into earnings and after earnings. So we'll cover that Thursday morning. KMPH, I like this a lot more for like a longer term swing. It's still above all 3 key moving averages. Not much to say here. Lots of commentary coming in from Chris in the room on their script data every week. Everything looks good there. I'm confident about that position for a longer term swing. FREY had a nice morning this morning. By the way, New York banning electric vehicles. I thought that news came out like at least a week ago, but I saw more about it yesterday. Maybe it was became official yesterday because it's making its secondary rounds again. So EV, I mean, the long-term tailwinds for batteries, EV charging, I mean, are just huge. I know a lot of these companies are losing money now, and that's not good for the stock market environment we're in. But because these tailwinds are so big, banning electric vehicles by 2035, the new sale of electric vehicles in New York and California, I mean, that's it. That's crazy. And that may be one reason why this stock, FREY, is continuing to hold that 20 DMA. And it's one reason why I'm interested in stepping into GOEV. All right. Well, if the market continues to bounce here and move towards the 20, think PLAB may be a beneficiary here. It's been killed and it peaked above the 20 DMA yesterday. And, the PE is super low over here, 8.5. So maybe this can make a move up towards 16 plus if the market rally continues. That's going to be totally dependent on what the market does. A little bit of news on INVE. We had an analyst come out saying maintain buy on Identiv lowers the price target from 22 to 19 with the stock at 13.35. An old favorite of mine. I don't think I own shares in it anymore, but something I like to keep track of. At some point, I may step back in with size on INVE. And we're monitoring talk because of possible M&A and possible announcement in regards to that health insurer we're looking at. So we'll see what happens there. And that's all I got, I believe. Let me see if we can summarize to see what my real focus will be for today. Man, gold just kills me every time I see it. So COMM is something I may be interested in picking some up because of the $17 price target. And I know valuation-wise, COMM is much, much cheaper than CLFD. And I own both, but I definitely have room to go up. And you see the RSI here. So maybe this is the catalyst you need with a $17 price target to break above. Right now we're at we're at this resistance right now, the 50 DMA. So something I'm watching, maybe if it pulls back to like $10 or something, maybe I'll pick some up. Next resistance maybe here is, we're at 1050. That's 1050 and then 11. So COMM is something I may be looking at adding longer term because of that analyst upgrade. Other things I'll be looking at today with priority. I want to sell PET. I got in a small position of that. I'm hoping we see some continuation if the market's green, and maybe I could sell this close to $3. So that's PET. Obviously looking for follow through and DRIO. Okay, the other thing is GOEV and BTU. Those I'll be looking at closely, and RUM. All right, that's it. Let's limit it to that for my focus. GOEV, BTU, RUM, PET, and COMM are the ones I'll be looking at. PET to get out of, COMM to add, DRIO for continuation, BTU possibly to add, GOEV. I add a little bit. If it drops more, maybe I'll add a little bit more. And Intel, I should probably add that to my long-term portfolio at some point. And then RUM, we're looking at that for a possible spike to sell some warrants, sell some covered calls going into the event tomorrow. All right, guys, that's all I got. We'll see you at 12 p.m. today on Zoom to talk DRIO. And that's all. Have a great day. See you soon.